Hey y'all, good morning. Nieces and nephews, good morning. Good morning to y'all. Have y'all seen this mess? It's offensive, it's racist, it's calculated. It's a hot mess. You wanna know why they're doing this? They're doing this because low-key America in trouble right now. Everywhere in trouble. China in trouble, everybody in trouble. But they're trying to hide it, right? Amazon said they laying off people. Google laid off 1,000 people. What was it? FedEx or UPS, I think it was UPS, 12,000 jobs, and more are coming. And so, the trick in America is, as long as we keep you consuming things, then you're going to have a job. And if you have to have a job, then we got you, right? A traditional job where you got to go to work shifts and or, have a career or whatever, and have a couple hours at night to be with your family, and then KO behind to go to bed and start the cycle back over, right? And you go back and you overly consume and you buy these things that you don't need. So we got you, right? The problem is, and why they want to get rid of TikTok so bad, is because too many of y'all making money off TikTok. TT included, baby. TikTok shop is where it's at. So much so, Amazon allegedly is behind, allegedly, because I don't want no Amazon smoke, is behind going after TikTok because of TikTok shop. And because, many levels, y'all. It's not just because, Amazon is like, y'all in my backyard. Y'all doing what the hell I do. You doing what I do. And let me just tell you, when you order something on TikTok, as a TikTok shop seller, because I sell my eyeglasses on TikTok, and I'm about to start selling my nutrition bars, protein bars, and shakes and stuff for MRSMD. If you don't ship that stuff out to them people within 72 hours, they're going to shut your page down. They don't play. TikTok shop is like, get this stuff mailed out. Better have good customer service. They will call and annoy. Well, they will text and notification you're behind to the wind. They are about customer service, right? So all these independent retailers, all these not retailers, but all these sellers are held to a very high standard of service. And so people are happy with the products and the timeliness of receipt of them. And, people are over huge celebrities promoting product. Like nobody cares anymore if Taylor Swift or I love Beyonce, or Beyonce has a food line, or they don't care. People trust folk that look like them. They trust people that they follow on TikTok who, are keeping it real and not just trying to make a buck. But then also there's this sense of community of, well, I want them to make a buck. So back to the problem with Congress and their clear racism, because this man is clearly from Singapore. And they talking about, are you part of the Chinese Communist Party? Like, child, stop. When we're not out begging our government to bail us out because all the jobs are gone, because we're making money now as entrepreneurs on social media, and we don't need, listen, you don't have to have a lot of, like, there are people with like 5,000 followers making $3,000 a month. And you may be like, well, that's not a lot of money. For regular folk, that is a lot of money to be shooting some videos at the crib on some products that you got a free sample for or bought legitimately and tried out and liked, and they're now sharing with your community. Yeah, it is some good coin. Okay. And so, would you rather do that or get up, fight traffic, and go deal with corporate bull crap all day? I'm just saying. I encourage everybody to set you up. Y'all told me years ago. I remember my makeup artist at the time was like, "You too old to be on TikTok," and I was like, "Girl, bye." And look at TT now. Okay, and I just got started on TikTok Shop. Really, I mean, I've had it set up, but I haven't been heavily promoting my showcase or even my eyeglass line wear. But you better wait, baby, because this is great. I used to want to pursue having an Amazon store and all that. I'm good on TikTok. I'm good with my family. So yeah, allegedly Jeff Bezos is all up in his feelings, and because it's a big competitor, and he really hasn't had any smoke from anybody. He's had a monopoly, quite honestly, in my humble opinion. So there's that. But then there's also, y'all ain't gonna go back. Y'all not going back to work. Like, they wanted you to go back to work after the pandemic. And so, there's a red bird outside. That's good. Good luck. Hi, birdie. They want y'all to go back to work, and y'all like, nah, I was efficient from the crib, so I won't stay at home. And the real reason that they want y'all to go back to work is not because y'all aren't efficient at home. Because, I mean, some of y'all, y'all joke around, take naps, be watching Netflix, but you get your work done. The real reason is because they got all these corporate leases and these buildings that they got paid as rent for. And if y'all ain't going into the office and using said buildings, then they're losing money. And quite honestly, the IRS could come in and be like, do you really need to pay rent? Do you really need to have that as a legitimate? Is that really a bona fide tax write-off if 90% of your workforce isn't even it opens up a whole can of worms for these companies, right? So you ain't going back to work because you're on social media, and in this case, they're targeting TikTok Shop, which is a fantastic source of revenue for people. You're not going to be crying to the government because you've made a way. You figured out how to be an entrepreneur. And then also, if you're making money on TikTok Shop or, wherever on social media, you're likely to file a Schedule C on your tax return, which is the simplest business return. And so, if you're not trying to buy a house or do anything major, you're probably writing off everything under the sun, which means you have very small tax liability. So, as an influencer, you got home office deduction, you have equipment, you have travel expenses when you're going out on site. Like there are a lot of things that you can deduct in this business. And they're going to start coming after content creators. Mark Auntie's word, they've already started with audits as well. But you messing with Uncle Sam's money, because some of y'all making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and you have a lot of legitimate bona fide business expenses, and that then leaves very little room for you to pay any income tax. And then also very little self-employment tax, which translates into Social Security, which they desperately need because they done spent up all that money in that alleged Ponzi scheme that is Social Security program. You see why they're trying to kill TikTok? Because it ain't just because everybody's on TikTok and everybody's like, whatever, Instagram. It's because y'all messing with the fabric of how society runs in the United States of America, in their opinion. But TikTok ain't going nowhere. We ain't gonna let it happen, baby. I don't work too hard. Sound off in the comments if you agree with TC. Smooches.